The future is evolving, technology is evolving, and truthfully, we need to evolve with it.
To think big picture, what we kept thinking about as a group was, how do we look at Hackley from 30,000 feet?
Despite the fact that our school is operating from a point of strength now, we still have people here that are looking to improve the school for the future.
And it will continue to keep what makes Hackley unique, which is building good character.
The title of the strategic plan is Redefining Excellence, Learning Beyond Boundaries. And we settled on this title after a lot of discussion, but after really thinking about what the plan represents, which is an opportunity for the school to take what is already an outstanding education and incorporate new elements that then allow us to redefine the nature of a K-12 education.
You always think to yourself, well, what is it to be accomplished? What does excellence mean?
We've been talking a lot about the portrait of a graduate, and I think it, rightly so, it really embodies so much of what is at the heart of who we are.
What kind of person do we exactly want to graduate from this institution? What are the characteristics?
One of the strategies is redefine a liberal arts education. I'm excited by the possibility of increased numbers of electives that draw across traditional educational and disciplinary boundaries, but present interesting conversations and questions for our students to explore.
Part of what Hackley teaches you is to become a better person all around, to meet people from all over the world and be able to interact with them and make an impact.
We have this wonderful independent research program overseen by Andrew Ying. We have students identify a passion, do a thorough lit review, look for a sponsor in the outside world, if you will, and then they do field work.
To just explore, to have things not work, and then to finally reach that goal and to have that moment after months and months of hard work. If we head towards allowing that to happen more, our students would be much better prepared for when they leave the Hilltop.
Second strategy is promote the Hilltop as a learning hub. It's a matter of taking things that we already do and expand them, looking for ways to get students and faculty out into the community, but also thinking about ways that we can use existing programs and serve as an incubator for interesting ideas. And it's in this way that we're contributing to, I think, a larger conversation around education in the country. We did extensive surveys and focus groups of the community. And over again, the community noted the lack of a dedicated and specifically designed facility for performing arts. And in thinking about the quality of work that happens throughout campus, really what we could talk about is the notion of creative expression, something that encompasses the visual arts, the performing arts, but also the digital arts.
In the upper school, in some ways, there's a lot of this notion of big experiences. There are big experiences for those students because when they come back, they are changed. And it really is something that they don't ever forget.
As a school that is deeply connected to international relationships through Round Square, through our Cassin trips, I want to make sure that our students have what they need.
Talking about learning beyond boundaries, what we're doing in service learning in the upper school.
One of the projects that I've done in the past was working with Neighbors Link at Mount Kisco. They identified some health concerns that their clients were coming to them with, and our students researched and then developed educational resources to both distribute physically and also to disseminate orally during a health day fair. These opportunities where we can push our students to think outside themselves and then bring whatever they're learning into the real world and see how you can apply it is really affirming for them and really motivational.
Hudson Scholars, amazing program. How do we take that and make it even more relevant to our school? The forests that we have, the opportunities to use that and to care for it, and opportunities that are going to help our students in ways that we're not even utilizing now.
I think about the woods, and I think about the outdoor education program, and I think about faculty members from the English department who take their kids out to recite Shakespeare lines, and I think about Miss Johnson's class that go out and they collect tree samples. And I share that as one of the unique features of our school.
The third strategy is build for the future, and this is a faculty-focused strategy. What we want to do is help our faculty continue to grow, but also make this a place that stands out for prospective faculty.
The biggest obstacle in our working group was the diversity of faculty. It's kind of a really important part of education to have people that look like you and who you can relate to, teaching you everything that you need to know. In 5 years, my sister will be graduating from here, so I hope that she gets the experience of having people that influence her, that look like her, that she can learn interesting things from, things that apply to her.
I think there's a huge element of this plan that unleashes the creativity and passion of the faculty.
Just knowing that we have that support alone is a big step, and then just taking advantage of it.
As a lower school teacher, I would love to do more connections with middle school and high school, and for those older students to be great mentors to the younger ones.
The final strategy is nurture a culture of wellness. And we mean this from both at the individual level, but also at the institutional level. This is our opportunity to stake a claim on what student and employee wellness looks like.
What we're hearing and reading in the press these days about how stressed our kids are, how stressed the parents are. We have an obligation as Hackley to try to tackle this problem.
The way I see it is that Hackley has got this incredibly strong community, and the plan is offering that community a roadmap for the future.
As teachers, we want our students to show that they're learning, but I think that through the experience they will.
That's something that Hackley has stressed a lot. It's that you have to enjoy the process and not just the final result.
What's wonderful about the whole process is I think the final product is not the views of any one individual person, but an aggregate. I could not have predicted a year ago that we would have ended up with the product we have today and the plan we have today.
The changes that we want to implement to this school, they're bold, and I hope that people can view them with an open mind and be able to see the potential in change and see the opportunities that come along with it.
This is a big moment in the history of the school, and it's such a wonderful time to be at Hackley. There's this almost sacred trust that families have, and that actually our employees have in the institution itself. And so what this plan is actually about is living out that trust.